Bruh.
But why though? Houseway, like. Just real quick, I wanted to share this quick silly story. I went through some trials and tribulations in hiring people for the fireplace and for the fridge. And if you don't already know, I live in anybody who knows about hiring workers and knows that they'll try to pull one quick. Like, they'll find the quickest way and do all the shortcuts and give you the most expensive price they could possibly think of. I honestly don't even know if they fact check their prices or if they just come off the top of the dome with these prices, but let me give you an example. For this fireplace back here behind me, this built-in, I was being charged, or I was being quoted 5 times more than what my handyman is doing. And literally what my handyman is doing looks so much more complex, so much more professional than the design that I was asking for, because I had to minimize it as much as possible to try and make it, like, you know, as affordable as possible. And I picked like the most basic design, just like a slab of freaking drywall, some framing, and that was it. And I was like, please, can you just do that? And they were charging thousands. They were quoting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And I was like, but why though? So I kept shopping, and that's how I found my handyman. For the fridge, you know, I had a man come here, take a look at the fridge, see, well, he looked at the cabinet where it was located, and he goes, oh, so the only way to do that is if we drill a hole through your countertop and feed the cord to the plug and plug it in that way. Or we could drill a hole on the side of the cabinet and bring it over to where the outlet is and plug it in that way.
Bruh.
But why though? Houseway, like, if you are a contractor, because I was hiring contractors, I wasn't necessarily looking for handymen. I was looking for contractors, people who can hire out other traits to do the jobs that I wanted. And I'm like, how are you a manager of a, you know, prestigious company and all this stuff, and that's what you're telling me to do? You're telling me to cut through my brand new quartz for some electrical work? That didn't sit well with me. And another thing and final point, because I'm bringing this home now, is that when you hire out, you realize quickly, it's like an interview process, and you learn how to discern who you'll hire versus people who just need to get the hell out of your house. Now, for me, confidence was key. If you didn't look confident, if you didn't sound confident, if you didn't sound like you knew what the hell you were talking about, I wouldn't entertain you for another minute, because I know some people have, you know, social anxiety and they can't articulate their point across or get their thoughts across. But if you're looking confused, if you're looking like, I've never done this before, I don't know what I'm doing, if your pricing matches that face you're making, then more than likely, I mean, the vibe is gonna be off. I'm not gonna believe in you. I'm not gonna believe you know what the heck you're talking about. I'm not gonna trust you. And yeah, because so many of my neighbors already got burned in these streets, like for real. Like, you hire out and you quickly realize not everybody is who they say they are. So, whew, life lesson, child. So, with that being said, I'm gonna wait for day 3, because this is day 2. Day 2, which is today, they only stayed for like, I wanna say 2-3 hours, and they didn't even have to stay that long. Honestly, they weren't even doing anything. They were just talking about whatever they were doing and all this stuff and taking pictures and stuff. And thank God the job is not being paid per hour, because it would have been like ridiculously expensive, because, you know, they stayed for a minute. But then again, if it was paid per hour, you know, how I see things, like, they would have had to been working like on the clock to kind of get it done. The long pauses would have been a no-go. But yeah, I like the way our agreement is. I like that he's being paid for the job, not necessarily per hour, because he factored that in when he gave me the price. So I really like that. So day 2, they only stayed for a couple hours, did the little mud thing that I told you about. Also, they readjusted the fridge because it was sticking out a little bit more, and I was like, nah bruh, could we recess that thing in? And he said, yeah, I noticed it before you did, you know? I didn't like, he was like, it wasn't sitting well with me either. So they took it out, redid it, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. And I'll be seriously recommending him to everybody who I meet who wants to know who's my handyman, who's my go-to guy. I will be giving his information out because he's so affordable. He's from up north. Above all, he's a man of God. That's important to me because with that is morality. I don't really care too much about their religious background and stuff like that, but anybody who is spiritual, has positive vibes, they usually have really good morals, aren't looking for shortcuts, aren't looking to screw you over, and those are the kind of people who I want in my home. I think energy above all else is of the utmost importance to me when I invite people to my home. I want nothing but good vibes, positive energy, and all that stuff, because I feel like if you love what you're doing here, you're gonna make it beautiful. The electrician who did the electric work here, he doesn't do drywall, actually. So when he did my electrical work and he had to put holes in the wall and stuff like that, he just did it as a courtesy to me. And I was looking at him, I'm like, you're, you know, patching up your own holes and you're doing all this stuff. And he was like, I honestly feel like this is my house now. Like, I feel invested in this. And you know, when you have workers who are like that, they want to make it beautiful. They want your vision to reflect through their work. They're artists in a way, you know what I'm saying? Artisans. So they want it to be just as beautiful as you want it. And those are the kind of people you want in your home. That energy, that positive vibe. Those are the people who you want to do the work for you. But anywho, if you have any questions, don't forget, you can always leave them in the comment section below and I will be sure to get back at you. Probably, I'm not gonna lie, I am not the best at responding to comments like in the most timely manner, but I try to respond to every single comment. That's the thing. I try to respond to everybody, and I usually do. I don't know too many people I haven't responded to, unless it was spam. So if you have any questions, don't forget, you can always leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed yourself here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you will not miss a thing. I will see you in the next video. Bye.